put all this crazy research into it and improve the shaft, but maybe it'll develop over time. But it really it's pretty similar as it was.
Okay, let's go to Rodrigo Tobar. You must open the microphone.
Thank you. In country like mine, are like the role model now. The athletes. Tell me your opinion about that. Role model in Latin America. And also, I'd like to know, it seems like you have won everything, have a lot of achievements in your career. What is next? Talking about sports, but also what is next? Talking about your life. Where's your limit? Where's your sky? Where's your stuff? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Unfortunately, I really haven't spent all that much time in Latin America. I really wish I would and I could, and I wish the opportunities were there for me to do it. I would love, absolutely love to Mexico and really anywhere in Latin America. I think that would be so amazing. For me, yeah, when it comes to, I guess, being a role model, so you have a little bit of weight on your shoulders as far as the way you present yourself and how you are as a person. And I try to do a good job of promoting my sport, and as long as I'm putting pole vaulting in the spotlight and promoting and inspiring just anybody to try out our sport, then I think I'm doing my job right that way. As far as the rest of the question, I don't, as far as the future, I'm very optimistic. I also just try to really focus on what I have right now and to enjoy being an athlete as much as I can and try to maximize and do the most that I can while I am still young and physically fast and strong before my body starts to give up on me a little bit. Of course, when I get older, that I'm realistic about and I understand. So I just try to enjoy it as much as I can for now. And I'm going to get married this upcoming year, which is a big change. Not really just in my life in general. And so I'm taking that next step, and of course, hopefully down the road have kids and whatnot and those kind of things. But I feel like I think more about those type of things personally, rather than anything that I would do beyond the track. In that way, I think that's more of where my head and my priorities are at, if I'm being honest. So yeah, we'll see.
Thank you.
Let's go to Bert from Belgium.
Hi, Mando. I wanted to know a bit about the conflict of interest between sponsors like Puma and also the Swedish Federation. Because in Belgium it was really a big issue with our Olympic champion of VTM who refused to sign the conduct code with the sponsors. That was really a big issue. How do you deal with that in your case? Because you are also very famous.
Yeah, I'm not super aware of exactly Nafi's situation or what the dispute or discussion was about. As far as our case, I think I'm in the same position that mostly all of the athletes are, especially training good athletes, is that your national federation has their own kids and they have their own sponsorships, and when we go to the championship competitions, we're required to wear those kids in uniforms. That is our country's uniforms. So it's never anything really that's been, to much of a problem as far as from our side, or from our side of things. I would say I don't really know exactly our situation so much, but from our side and whatnot, it just it's one of these things. Yeah, it is what it is. I guess.
In her case, she thought it was too restrictive, forced.
This is sorry, but this is a more personal thing.
Yeah, whatever. No, I mean, I just don't. Yeah, yeah, I don't really know the situation all that much, honestly. I know they had a dispute, but that's really it. I never really had so much of a problem myself.
Okay, next is Thibaut from France.
Yes, hi Wanda, thank you. I wanted to ask you about your life. How do you keep your lifestyle balanced? What do you like to improve? And for example, what do you do during the winter season? Thank you.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing, and I think it's something that you never really can fully get perfect. Almost is finding that right balance in life. I think the main thing that I guess that I'm trying to do personally right now is just to be a little bit more organized and I guess plan out
Il mondo
things
Duplantis che
in
vedete,
advance a little bit
straordinaria
better,
opportunità per
which I
noi,
guess is very difficult for me
sullo
because
sfondo
a lot of the times
Under 19
as an
del canale
athlete,
Cremona,
it's pretty easy to fall into
con la
being
stampa
very
mondiale live,
selfish about
quindi
what your
domande
needs are and what you have to do in your own schedule and whatnot, which
Polonia,
of course
presto, dal Messico, dal
my
Belgio,
partner
dalla
and their
Francia,
buddies is
dalla
understanding of
Nigeria,
that, but you still want to be
dall'Argentina, Matteo
I still want to
Mazzucchi,
be a good
dice
brother
qualcosa.
and considerate to my family, and I want to be a good son, and I want to have good relationships with all my friends and whatnot as well too. So that's I prioritize and I try to make sure I keep those relationships and everybody intact too, because I think that really helps me on the track. So that's where pretty much all of my time goes. When I have free time, it's just hanging out with my family and my closest friends, because a lot of the times during the year I just travel a lot and do a lot of competitions, so I miss them for a lot of the year.
Okay, now we have three young reporters in the room. First, Rodrigo, again from Mexico. Rodrigo.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yanni. Mondo, it's an honor to talk with you, and a happy new year for your career. You were saying on the beginning all the difficult that you have to pass to get to the story mark, and I want to ask you in the mind health topic, how do you handle all the pressure of that things? You in Paris make a great moment to break the world record, and now in Tokyo last year you experiment similar situation. How do you handle the pressure of your mind, of your preparation of all your career, that the first world record, and now that you have 14 and the 4 that you break in last year?
Yes, I mean it's something that you just get used to, and I think that the better I become and the better preparation I have going into these big competitions, the less I feel the pressure, the less I feel the nerves and whatnot. I used to get super nervous and super anxious and put a lot of pressure on myself when I was younger. My first world championships that I ever competed at, it was still very exciting. Still butterflies and nerves even now going to these big competitions, but it's nowhere near the way it used to be, and I think that's just a result of me having a lot more confidence now. So it's just a confidence thing, and having a good mindset of controlling everything that I can control, and letting the uncontrollable things just be what they be, and adjusting always to the situations and not being too set on whatever preconceived plan I have. going before the competition. So for me, I think that's really just the way that I look at that. And then what was the next part of the question? Sorry.
And we can go next after we come back on the matter because it's a usual problem. So Wojciech from Poland. Wojciech.
Hello, Mondo. Happy New Year. I wanted to ask you about the other Mondo because usually you beat your records on the big stadiums, and most of them are now using the Mondo track. And for you, it's the matter of the takeoff. So I would like to ask you: do you know other surfaces, and do you feel the differences between them? For example, between trainings and the competition, or do you have also you've trained for the big race with Warhol, and did you also felt or did you learn something about the differences between different surfaces?
Yeah, no, I mean, different surfaces will give you different things for sure. But I mean, even if it's Mondo or it's Comica or it's any of the other surface brands, it makes a big difference of when and how long it's been there, the surface. As far as a Mondo that's freshly surfaced compared to one that's been laying there for 6 years, they're very different in feeling. They're very different in stiffness and the kind of response feeling that you get on the runway. Same with any of the other brands. So a lot of it is just kind of the feeling of it, and feeling how hard it is, or feeling how soft it is, and feeling the way that your feet and like spikes respond to it, basically. And so, it's something that you have to take into consideration, and it's something that you have to find almost a new feeling every time you're out there on the track, because your body's a little bit different, but then also the surfaces can be a little bit different and basically in hardness. So it's something that I definitely take into consideration, and something that you have to adjust to basically in real time.
Thank you.
Now you go to Sergio from Trinidad Tobago. Right.
Yes, thanks a lot. Mondo, congratulations. I have 2 questions for you. Firstly, well, of course, you defeated Castan Varun.
Meraviglia.
Do you intend to give him a rematch? What about a big Seville or, any other sprinter? Do you intend to give them any competition in the 100 meters? And the second question would be, do you think pole vaulters are born or created?
Yeah, I don't really have any plans as far as to run again, sprint that much, but I really did enjoy it. I love sprinting. I love doing sprint training. I love running. I love racing. I think that was one of my favorite things as a child, is that feeling and that kind of bundle of energy that you have right before the gun goes off or somebody says go. It's one of my favorite feelings in the whole world, honestly. There's nothing that compares to it, nothing that's better. So I would love to do another race, honestly, whether it's against Carson or whether it's against anybody. Or maybe I'll try to find some type of good match to make it exciting. So we'll see. But I have no plans of it as far as now. I think that kind of like any sports and any athlete, there's probably some combination of gifts that you're born with, as far as ones that have to be developed and skill sets that have to be created over time. You have to. It's very important of developing that, but then also the environment that you grow up in also plays a huge part. I think that of course you have to have a certain level of physicality and that matches up what you're doing. Just when you're born, you have to be, I guess, you have to be gifted and blessed in that way to a certain extent. But a lot of it is the environment that you grow up in, I would imagine. And I would say so, especially speaking from my own experience. I grew up in basically just an environment where it was very easily accessible to me. And that's not just that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody in my situation would be jumping in the way and capacity that I do. I mean, my brothers weren't really the same. They didn't enjoy it and have the passion for it as much as I did. But I just really fell in love with it, and the stars aligned, I guess, in my way. And I just really was determined and focused and really driven to be the best that I could be and be the best that there is. So I think it's a combination of probably everything, honestly. But I think mentality and having belief is one of, if not the most important thing.
But next is Olaf. Please, everybody, only one question each, okay? Olaf, go ahead, Rockman.
Works, huh?
Yes, you are online.
Okay. Hi, Mondo. All the best for this new year. Happy New Year as well.
Yeah.
I have one question for the overall season coming up now with the indoors and outdoors. So we have Torun, we have a great glamorous Torun, as you said, there are your first world record. Then we have the Europeans. You said the first time 6 meters in Berlin at the Europeans, and then coming up Budapest, you set a world record as well. So if you can comment these three topics for next year, please.
Yeah, I'm really excited going into next year. It's a really great schedule of meets, I would say, for me. It's places that I'm proven to be able to jump at a very high level and jump really high. So I'm excited for the World Indoors in Turin to be back to the place where I broke my first world record. Budapest, of course, is an amazing stadium, and I've already proven that I can break the record there. And so, and also just excited to experience the new and fresh concept that is the Ultimate Championship. So that'll be really fun. And that's I think really just like most years, just trying to also maximize and trying to really be consistent and jump at the highest level I possibly can on all the Diamond League meets, and trying to really just push it and be dominant and show myself that I can just jump really high day in and day out. So same kind of mentality and mindset, I would say, going into this year that I had last year, but hopefully I can just kind of even push it just that much more and even be more efficient. So that's where my head's at.
Okay. Well, now we have to go to next. Olaf, thank you. David. Now, David, only one question per person. David?
Yes. Hello, Mondo. It's a big honor for me. I was watching before this Q&A your videos from when you were a kid, beating records, and I was thinking that vaulting in itself is a repetitive act. So how do you find the motivation, the passion to do it again and again, and not to get bored? How do you fight with boredom?
Yeah, well, it's repetitive, but it's nearly impossible for one jump to feel the same as the next one, because it's also very physical. It's not just like putting or anything in golf where you putt and you're actually trying to make it as identical as possible. I feel like I'm always trying to get a little bit more out of one jump and trying to get a little bit more energy in the next jump and trying to make it a little bit better. So I would say that there is a lot of similarities and stuff, and of course you want to have some sort of consistency and rhythm and similar timing within your jumps, but I feel like I'm always trying to improve upon that. So I think the motivation just remains from the chase of it all, and I feel like there's always more that you can be doing, or a little bit more speed or more energy that you can be creating. So I feel like the journey and the chase and just always trying to maximize myself and the best jump, and I think that's what keeps me going forward.
Okay, let's go to Renayo from Nigeria.
Hi, Mondo. Yes, I'm Renayo Duskett from Nigeria, and I must say that I've watched you for a very long time, and I've wanted to ask you this very specific
Grandissimo Doriano Rabotti anche. Rabotti, pum pum pum, Rabotti. Quindi abbiamo, siamo in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, salvo ulteriori. Portugal.
What you were doing still counts as extraordinary, because I think it's extraordinary. So thank you.
It's a good question. It's a really good question, honestly. So thank you. But I don't really think it's necessarily up to me or anything that I worry about or anything that I think is even that much in my control as far as convincing people of what I do, of the significance of it, or what it is necessarily. I mean, I understand, and I know, and I think most people understand how hard it is to break a world record and to compete at that level, and the way that that's perceived or whatever it may be. So be it as it might. So for me, I just try to push it as high as I possibly can, and keep trying to better myself and trying to be better and break as many world records as possible. And so I think that hopefully that it's a positive thing, and I can bring our sport and bring everybody that does into the spotlight, or inspire some people and get some people motivated to be a better version of themselves, especially pole vaulters, because it's I really love this sport, and I've been obsessed with it since I was a child. So really, I think that if I can put pole vaulting in the forefront and a little bit in the spotlight, for me, that's the most important thing, I would say. Besides just the personal things for me, because of course I just want to be good. I just want to compete at the level that I know I can compete, and I just want to jump really high. So the way that's perceived or whatever it may be, it's a little bit out of my control. So I just try to be as good as I can at jumping and compete as hard as I can.
Thank you.
Let's go to Doriano Rabotti.
Grandissimo. Eccolo là, alle prese con il passaggio di tecnologia. Voice Doriano, we are losing time.
Microfono, is without microphone. Microphone.
Microphone.
Microphone. Ay. You have to, okay, now.
Okay. Thanks, Gianni. Thanks, Mondo. Very quickly, since Italy gifted you with your worldly name, I wanted to know something more about your relation with Italy. I mean, France, places, food, since you just voted for Alcaraz. What's your touch with, what's your Italian side? And what there was in the videos with the Paul Mondo man when you were a kid, no? Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I guess if I could give you a little bit of a short backstory. My father, his best friend, and the best man of my father's wedding was Sicilian. And my father grew up in the United States in New Orleans, Louisiana, and the specific area where he grew up in West Wego had a large Italian community there, basically of immigrants, and so a lot of his friends and most of his best friends were
22% ce la facciamo, via, dovremmo andare. Quindi una bella conferenza stampa di un'ora, forse un'ora e 10.
I basically just got the name from my dad's best friend, and I think maybe I don't even really know if he knows, or I don't really know if it's a play off of my actual government name in Armand, or if it's more playing on because it means world or what it may be, but that is where I got the name St. Louis from. from my dad's best friend.
Okay, next is Shusha from Hungary. Go ahead, Shusha.
What's happening? No.
Mondo, and great to see you. And I'm speaking from Hungary, and I had the luck to see you twice at the World Championships, and also last time breaking the 6:29 and the new light memorial.
Non bene.
So first of all, I'm very, very excited that you of the championships that are coming up in this year. So Hungarian audience is absolutely enthusiastic about you. What are your expectations of that event? Memories do you have of Budapest?
Yeah, I mean, I have fantastic memories of Budapest, obviously, but I think also just on like a life experience level too. Not the memory of an experience. I love the city a lot better when I the record. So, but I really enjoy Budapest as a city. It's one of my favorite cities, I would say, to compete in, and to be around, and to kind of experience in general. So I'm really excited to go back, and it's a perfect combination of things that I like. I really like the city. I really enjoy it. I like and also it has great weather. It's good and warm, and I compete at a
excellent experience and unique advice to the young generation in one short paragraph, and tell us your dream in a sentence.
Yeah, I would say the most important thing is to follow your passion, follow what you love, and follow whatever thing that it is that you want to be good at. I think it's the most important thing, because that's what you'll be most motivated in. And I think that, we have these gut feelings of things, and we have this intuition for a reason. And I think that just listen to yourself and listen to your heart on what it is and where it's pushing you, what the direction it is, because I think that's what's going to give you the most motivation also. But then also it's the best way to do anything is with passion and love and
talent and passion,
an obsession in a way. So I think follow that kind of burning fire in you, whatever it may be, because you can't force it really. There's no such thing as that. But there's going to be hard days, and there's going to be days where you don't necessarily want to do what you're doing. But as long as you really have that passion and fire for it, and you have that real burning desire to be good at it, then you'll end up pretty good at something.
E prima
no
eravamo
matter what.
Your life dream in one sentence.
Gianni Merlo, leggenda dal 1947, se ricordo bene, ma posso sbagliare.
I would say that would be what being that would be the dream, and what success would mean to me.
So next, Erin from Nigeria, I guess, or not? Hello?
Isn't it? Yes, it's Ezinoti from Nigeria.
Okay.
Hi, Amado. I'm so happy to have this time to ask you this question. Your record 14 times, and with praise now in the prize money for competitions and also breaking a record. Is it the zeal to now let's just make this money, or there's still that extra hunger to break the record and to just keep winning every competition you participate in?
No, the motivation stays pretty similar, and you don't think about anything else when you're on the track other than just trying to be the best that you can be and compete hard. And I think there's always a lot of, and it's just pride, and you're just competing for yourself and whatnot. And of course, there is some level of importance, just like financially, on being able to have a good set of income that comes in, just in life in general, just to be able to do all the things that you want to be able to do. But I wouldn't say it's totally necessary. It's for sure something that you think about, and you try to maximize it as best as you can, while not letting it take over your life and be overbearing. So I try to find a little bit of a balance of both, but it's even if it's something that's talked about or something that you try to make the most of, the financial side of things, it doesn't really make that much of a difference, especially when you're actually doing it and you're on the track and it's go time. That's just competition. That's just, that fierce competition, man versus man. It's just like that's really the only thing that matters.
Okay, Michael from Czechia.
Grandissimo Czechia.
Hi Mundo, nice to see you again. Everyone is just asking questions about athletics, but what about your musical career?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have a lot of, I have some stuff coming this upcoming year in 2026. Now that I guess we're in it, release something in January here. Probably something also in February the next day. Hopefully, maybe even something in April. We'll see, or the next month. So I actually really have like tons and tons of songs. And it's something that I really enjoy, and I think I'm just like anything, I'm getting like a lot better and better at it, and I really just enjoy doing it. Also, that's the main thing. But I'm getting to a point where I'm really just like I'm liking the way everything sounds, and I just fell in love with the process and of course just the process of creating. So. Yeah, 2026 will be very fun and interesting, because you really have no idea what is going to happen, and I have no idea what's going to happen with the music thing. But I have a lot of songs, and I'm gonna release them. Whatever happens, I guess. So it's a very much different process than being an athlete, which I think is really nice, because it gives me a healthy balance of things, because you don't shoot for clear goals in the same way that you do as an athlete. So I like it. I really enjoy it. Of course, I hope people resonate with it, but you have to just it has to be something that fits people.
Thank you and good luck, and see you in Austria and see you at the concert.
Yeah, heck yeah. Why not?
So now we go to Tibor from Hungary. Tibor, go ahead.
Hi Mondo, I'm very happy to see you. I just short questions about that. What is your most important 3 fun facts about you that it's very important for you? It could be related sports or just your free time.
That's a good question. I would say that
Ma vi siete già allenati?
the most important things I would say in my life are probably just my friends and family, my fiance, and then probably the only other thing that I do outside of the track right now is the music thing. And so I really, all of those things I think give me such a really.
Siamo sempre con Mondo Duplantis, Armand.
I like to try to be a great
Armando
partner
Duplantis.
and soon to be husband, and I like just maintaining and keeping the fire and spark in our relationship with Desiree is
Sta parlando della fidanzata.
like amazing and fulfilling challenge, and just great thing. And other than that, just I have a really close knit of friends that.
Penso che mi terrà per
When
ultimo,
you hang out with your childhood
poi mi
friends,
posso
it's like
sbagliare,
nothing else
ma va
matters in the whole
benissimo,
world. You
anzi.
go out and you
Ringrazio
have
Gianni.
fun, you party or whatever it may be, and that's like it feels like you're a child again. So I try to be a little bit young and try to kind of keep that childlike spark in me in that way too with them. And then of course I'm very close with my family, so I do I spend a lot of time with them, whether it's in the United States or even in Sweden. So I would say that's probably the most like just like important things, and that's just like what I do. I don't know if it's fun facts necessarily, but that's what I came up with.
Pallone secondo.
Now we are close to 1 hour. Can I ask the last 5 questions for you? Is okay?
Okay.
Last 5. So we begin with Jamal.
Yes, hello, Mr. Gianni. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Penso che non ce la faremo, però pazienza.
I see in Glasgow in Atlantic Indoor
Vediamo
Championship.
quanti
I
siamo.
have one question. What about
Vista,
planning for
galleria.
the World Atlantic Indoor Championship
1,
in
2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah, the plan is
6.
my plan is to be there. I will be participating in it. And I hope to just be in really good shape and be able to jump something.
Tanti magari hanno fatto domanda.
Tarun,
1,
of course, is a place where I've jumped really high before.
Forse 3, 4,
I broke my first world record
5,
there,
6,
6:17.
7,
So I have a lot of
8,
great memories
9,
from
10,
that stadium
11,
and from
12.
that city. So I'm really excited to be
Qualcuno
coming
magari
back.
12 bravo.
Hopefully I can jump really high and
Mi insulterò? No, scherzo. Un grande piacere essere qua con voi.
whatever it may be. I
Anche
think
se,
it's third or
anche se,
maybe,
anche se.
maybe however many World Indoor Championships I've won. I actually can't think of it on the top of my head, but just won another one.
Okay,
Martin Massur, Argentina.
Yes, hello, Mondo. I want to take you back to Tokyo, and there are many beautiful and powerful images of your record there. I'm sure you've seen them all, but I go step by step. The concentration before the final jump, the moment that you are alone there in the air, the ecstasy after setting the record, the hug by your competitors,
Però,
showing the
sì,
respect, almost
comunque
happier
ringrazio per l'invito.
than you were, Karalis, for example. Then the photo with your parents, the cinematographic kiss with your fiancée, the selfie with the record, the photo with the Swedish flag. If you have to choose one photo of all these special moments to frame in your living room, what would you choose and why?
Beh, magari sarò il primo degli studi. Chi può dire?
Probably, yeah, I would say the photo of
È un peccato che quando abbiamo cose belle non ci siano fan del resto del web.
probably
Però
me and my family, me and my
mi stavo anche
my father, me and
dimenticando.
my mother. And
Dovrei anche
embracing-
lanciarle, no? Dovrei dare gli appuntamenti, però chi mi ama mi
I
segue.
would say that the picture with the guys,
Infatti sono
Corrales
venuti a
and Curtis and
Cremona
Sam
per
would probably be a close
ascoltare, per fare 3 domande a Brocco, ce l'avrei potuta fare anche domenica. Tornerò domenica e soprattutto domani sera. Ho ricevuto una notizia
people that you
non
surround
bella di
yourself
più,
with, people
meravigliosa.
that you love and that you develop and build relationships with. That's what life is mostly about, I would say. And so I wouldn't be in the situation that I am in without my father and my mother, or even my fiance. And so I think that those moments and snapshots of us together celebrating those big wins and big jumps like that, it's very much a sentiment to everything that we've accomplished and how far we've been able to come, just by being together and pushing each other to be the best version of ourselves. So, but all of them are amazing memories, honestly.
We go to David. David, what word?
Hi, Mondo. I'm David from Austria. I wanted to ask you one thing. I read that you didn't have a jump which felt perfect to you, which from the outside is quite hard to believe. This is really true? And what would feel perfect to you then?
Yeah, I think it's very true. I think that I've had a lot of fantastic jumps over the years, which I'm very thankful for, and jumps that I would want to replicate, honestly, in to some type of manner or to some degree. I just think that it's not really like a plausible thing to chase after perfection, and I just try to. It's always really I guess the chase is maybe if I rephrase that, the chase really is the thing, and it's never really something that's totally achievable. Is that chase to a perfect jump? So I don't think it's really possible for it, and I think there's always something I feel in the jump that I feel like could have been a little bit improved upon, or there's some that didn't feel totally right, but you adjust to it, and nothing's ever going to be totally perfect. You just have to adjust to whatever the jump gives you, and some jumps are better than others, but I don't think perfection is really it's not really a plausible thing.
Okay, now we go to Yannis from Greece.
Greece, guys.
Yes, thanks, Gianni. Happy New Year to
Yannis Antetokounmpo.
and wishes to Mondo. You said, Mondo, at the beginning how difficult made it Emanuel Karalis for you in Tokyo, obviously from Greece. I would like to ask you a few words about this relation you have built with Manolo from the juniors till now. I know it's not only in the stadiums, but also it's a friendship, a lifetime friendship, and finally, what he has to do in order to win you. You will always have an answer, even if it's a new world record.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we've been jumping together since we were young, since we were just young teenagers, and since the youth and junior days. So we developed a relationship already then. Of course, the past year he's really exploded, and I think he showed his full potential of what he's capable of doing. So and he pushed me very hard this year. And for sure, just the level that he was jumping at this year, the path and the progression that he is on, he's gonna be giving me a lot of good pushes and good competitions in the years to come, which is gonna just make it more and more difficult for me. And I know that as long as he's jumping well, then I have to be on my A game and be and really jump well, because I think by some metrics that's probably maybe even the second best season ever in history that he had. I don't think that Bubka and Renault, you can fact check this. I don't think
Sergei
that 6 meters
Bubka.
as many times as he did last year. So he's really jumping at an extremely high level, and so of course it demands a lot out of me, which is really fun, and so I have to keep pushing myself also to make sure that I stay on top of it. But it's really fun, and I enjoy the competition of it for sure.
The last Onicheki.
Onyinyechi Oba.
Ancora?
From Nigeria, from where?
Yeah, from Nigeria.
Non l'ho già fatta
Go
prima?
ahead, you are the last. Because after 1 hour, we agree with Mondo that our marathon will finish.
It's a pity.
Okay, hello, Mondo. It's great to talk to you at this time. Happy New Year to you. I know there are talents coming up from Africa, especially Nigeria, Botswana, with Lesile. I would like to ask, do you see it a responsibility on your end as a world record holder to invest in developing nations, especially in Africa?
I think that it would be very beneficial and very important if I was able to get over and have a competition somewhere in Africa, and I would really enjoy doing that, honestly, because I think that more events are necessary there, because I think that sports are so important to communities and cultures and society, and I think that sports really brings people together, and it really gives kids and young kids great paths and things to focus on. And because I think that as a kid, without sports, it's very easy to get caught up in the wrong things, or it's also it's very good at having you focused and having some sort of community around you, which you develop within sports. And so I think it would be super beneficial, and I would actually love to compete in Africa, whether it's Botswana, where the city is, or Nigeria, or anywhere really, because I have so.
Sarebbe bello avere un mondiale di atletica in Africa, un'Olimpiade in Africa, Olimpiadi Ivanova.
Maybe like a World Championships or something, or some really, really big competitions too. That would be a very great way of promoting the nation.
Un altro dell'Argentina?
Okay, Mondo, I think that you were so kind to be with us this morning for you, this afternoon for us, or for night for somebody. And I want to finish with a question that I received today from Andrea Rocha from Colombia, that is asking, do you think you are competing more against yourself than against the other rivals?
No, but miles against yourself.
No, I mean, it's, here's the thing. It's, of course I'm competing against myself, but I'm not saying it in the sense of that I have no competition, because I have a lot of great competitors. But I think that is just the nature of the sport that I'm doing. I think even when I was younger, let's take 2017, 2018, 2019, for example, where I wasn't winning every competition.
Panagiotta from Greece.
Not winning most of them. It's still a competition against yourself, and it is a little bit of a different dynamic, the sport, because the real competition is just you against your bar. You against the bar, and you against the height, and you against whatever you're trying to achieve. It's a little bit like golf. You're playing against the course, and you're doing that, and then you're only just in competition with each other on a piece of paper. So it's a little bit different than a lot of most sports like that.
Che Vanni Gibertini? Vanni Gibertini è del tennis.
The competition is within yourself. So I would say yes, the competition is against myself, but it's not just because that I'm at the top right now. It's because that's just how it is.
Okay. I thank you very much, and I hope to see you next year. The same.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. Yeah, thanks everybody for the questions, and thanks everybody for being on, and thanks for this award. It really means a lot. This is amazing.
We thank you because you are very kind and you are helping us a lot. Thank you very much. From the deep of our heart. Ciao. Ciao.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
With a dream of 6 meters and a half.
Thank you. Bye guys.
Eccolo.
Thank you, Gianni.
Ciao, grazie Gianni.
Thank you to everybody of you, because I hope that was an interesting meeting. I think that everything went well. Unfortunately, we cannot continue for 2 hours of questions.
It's okay. Thank you, Gianni, but next time I have
Thank you. Because I tell you that the first approach was that it would stay half of an hour. Now we are.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Thank you.
And I thank you very much.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Okay? Thank you guys, and see you soon. It's possible that we will have an interview also with Miti, the lady of football that has won the award for the ladies, and will be very interesting. She is interested to come to us, and she will let us know when. Okay? Thank you very much to everybody. Bye.
Grazie caro Gianni.
Ciao, ciao. We have
Bye-bye. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Bye. Record.
Eccolo qua. Bene, parleremo dopo delle sensazioni.